So kept on trucking, started to get into Facebook ads, got some momentum. And then all of a sudden, it went from working with kind of small businesses to working with some of the largest franchises in the world. In 2015, we kept going. We started getting to the education space about 2016. Some of you have been with us that long. And then from there, it's been scaled. Different offices, different teams, 8 figures and somewhere around like $50 million in sales or something, all starting from my parents' house. And that's fine. That's my story. Who cares? But this is the part that I don't think we've ever talked about before. And it's this, is we were doing all this shit. We were getting momentum. But the truth was I was only making a little bit more money than my employees. For the longest time, probably till about like 2015, 16, something in that range. And it just was really stressful. And I think, let me look at you guys for this. I think one of the hardest things is right now in this entrepreneur world, people love to talk about top line revenue. People love to tell you how big their sales day was, how big their sales goals are. But almost nobody will tell you how much money that they're actually taking home. Put "seen that" in the chat. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Put "seen that" in the chat. You go through your news feed, people make you feel guilty like you're messing up, etc. But everybody's talking about the top. You don't get paid off the top, you get paid off the bottom line. And that's more of the focus of this week. Let's go back to the slides here for a second. Okay. I did this exercise with my team a while ago, and I thought it would be cool to kind of start this off with you guys here. And one thing as entrepreneurs that we fail to do is actually cost out how much it's going to take to get to where we want to go. Everybody knows they want the bigger house, the safer neighborhood, the cars, etc. But one thing that we never do is actually put a dollar to it. We don't know the exact amount of where we need to get to. And therefore, it kind of limits our thinking at times. So I'm going to give you guys an exercise. We're going to do this together in real time, okay? I want to talk about your expenses. And not your expenses right now, but the expenses of where you want to be. You don't have to be super grandiose. I'm just talking about the chapter where you're making enough money to live and it's good. You're not stressed out. You feel good. You feel healthy, okay? So first things first is when you are living in the house that you want to live in, when you were there, how much is your rent or mortgage? How much? Think about the neighborhood and what it costs right now. Think about the fact that real estate is at an all-time high. Prices are absolutely insane, especially if you live in a city like San Diego, where we're at. So everybody in the chat right now, type it in. What's that rent or mortgage a month? Give me the monthly. Give me the monthly, okay? Everything from $1,750, $2,200, $4K, $9K, $15K. Keep it coming. Put it in. Put it in. Okay, make sure you're saving your numbers. Make sure you're saving your numbers because I'm going to have you put a grand total on this. So be accurate, okay? 2,800, 5K, 4K. Whoever said 800, where the fuck do you live? Because I need to move there. What? 800? But what are you going to get with 800 bucks? I ain't going to get you a room. Okay, next, your cars. The cars you want to be driving. For some of you, that's some really baller shit. For some of you, it's just something safe and reliable. Your numbers, your cars. Do you need one? Do you need two? Is it a husband, is a wife? You got kids? Do they need cars too? What's the number on your cars specifically? Remember, it's a running total. Remember your number for your cars. 4K, 1,500, 2K, 2,500 bucks, 400, 900. And again, this is your vision. There's no right answers to this. 10K, what you driving? Nah, really, that's about what my cars are. All right. Okay. Here's another one. Health insurance. Health insurance. Health insurance. How much that? And again, you're saving all your numbers as we go through this. The total is important. How much? 5K, 7K, 2K, 500, 480, free. Got a good job. Okay? Let's keep going. Your car insurance. Let's go faster this time. I don't need you to be exact. I need you to be ballpark of the cars that you will have. How much? How much? 700, 400. Let's keep it up. Here's one. School. Let me actually ask you a question. Just put yes if you are a parent so I can get a vibe for the room. Yes if you are a parent. That's what I thought. Yeah, most of us are parents. Probably been easier to say. No, almost everybody. Okay. So I got a 6-year-old, and this was some new shit to me, how expensive school is. I think my daughter's school is like $20,000 a year for her school. Okay. So put in how much a month? How much a month for your kids? Maybe it's college. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Bruce says try braces. Yeah. We ain't even getting into all of that yet. Okay. Childcare. Add on if it's applicable. For some of you guys, that ain't applicable. Childcare. How much that cost? It's always a fascinating exercise because we think about these visualizations all the time, but we very rarely actually attach a dollar amount to it. Okay? Groceries. 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 Type it in the chat. Keep rolling. Groceries. 600, 1,200, $1,000. Some people don't even know, 800, 400, 5. And remember, we're keeping your totals. I'll give you a second to total them afterwards. Okay? Utilities. Be quick. Ballparks. We're just looking for ballparks, y'all. Don't got to be crazy. Now, remember, if you said you want a bigger house, don't forget them utility bills. Those creep up too. That increases. Okay? Dining out. You know, you go to dinner with your family once a month. Some of y'all got like 7 kids. I can't imagine the tab on that. We're going to be sharing meals if that's the case. How much is that? Dining out. And think about what you really want to be doing. Is it once a week? Some of you are foodies. It's 3 to 4 times a week. You buy a dinner for 2. You do date night. You get some wine. Stacks up. Yeah, $1,000, 500. Like this is just for dining out. Okay. Got a couple more for you. Entertainment. Entertainment. And that can be your subscriptions, Netflix, Hulu accounts, like anything that's fun. The Hub, for those of you that are familiar. That joke was fire if anybody caught that. The Hub, 800, 500, keep rolling, okay? And then travel, okay, travel. Some of y'all like to travel. That's part of the vision. Again, this is nothing crazy, right? We're not being all super grandiose. This is real life. Real expenses. And when I say travel, it doesn't have to be to Bermuda, like Sean's got in a sign right there. Travel, maybe just be driving. Like it may be gas. It may be going to visit your parents who live 2 hours away via flight. Could be something like that. Okay? So you got travel gas. Okay, so there's your categories, right? The last number that I'll give you before we grand total this up is your savings. How much money do you want to be saving a month? Because a lot of times we approach saving as if it's optional when it's entrepreneurship. That's going to catch up to you. Every day that you don't save, it will catch up to you later. So how much do you need to be saving? Now remember, you just ups your lifestyle. Don't forget that. You just ups your lifestyle. So whatever you were planning on saving doesn't work anymore. You need to save more to accommodate your new lifestyle, where you will be. Okay? Kate, give me a little bit of violin music. I'm going to give you guys about 90 seconds to total everything up, okay? But I don't want you to put your total yet. Don't put your total in the chat yet. I just want you to tally it up, and I'm going to have everybody submit it at the same time. Do not put your grand total yet. Just tally it. Tally it for me. Go ahead and tally it up. Don't type it yet. Resist. Make sure your webcam on so I can see your face as you start to see this total. This is for the month. This is for the month. Good question, Brandon. This is for the month. Do not put your grand total. This is for the month. This is for the month. Get your totals ready. Don't submit it yet. Not yet. Not yet. Shortly here. Okay? $15 seconds. Here we go. And let's start to fade the music. And then on the count of 3, I want everybody to type in their totals in the chat. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Put in your grand total. 50,000, 56,000, 19,000, 30,000, 22,000, 24,000, 28,000, 32,000, 121K, 65,000, 55K, 2 million bucks, 100,000, 18.5, look, 35K. Now you get one word, you get one word, you get one word. Describe how you feel in one word. One word, all you get is one. But whatever comes to your mind, go, go, go. It's mixed, right? Some feeling amazing, some overwhelmed shit. Oh my God, like what? Like, and it's crazy because we always think about the visualization. Everybody tells you to manifest. Everybody tells you to visualize. I'm telling your ass to plan because this ain't cheap. Let's plan. Let's plan. Why are we out here guessing and hoping? Let's plan. So let's talk about this, y'all. About why I decided to scale. And this is fun because I get to talk to you guys about kind of some different things we haven't really covered in the past. I think every entrepreneur comes to a point in their journey where they have a tipping point. Tipping point meaning that moment when they decide to scale. That was this moment for me. That's my daughter, Kailani. That was our first photo shoot when she was just a little thing, couldn't move, but was just cute as a button, pooping on me and all that jazz. But I want to tell you guys a quick story about how this, like, if you follow me, like, let me look at the camera for a second, look at you guys. If you follow me on IG or like my Facebook, you've definitely seen me talk about my daughter, pictures. We're very close. But I'm gonna keep it 100 because a lot of people always talk about the kids in the greatest light. My daughter was not planned. My daughter was, when it comes to the, when I think of stress and anxiety, when I found out I was having a kid, my heart like oh shit, like the tense. Anybody relate to that? Like, oh my God, have you ever had an unplanned kid? And I know y'all, you're gonna pretend like you planned all your babies. You better stop. But it was one of those things, and I remember that feeling in my chest. And I started to think about how expensive it was going to be, and also too how much time I was going to put into this, because then when I'm putting in time, I can't focus on my business. And holy shit, I just made all these investments, and oh God, pump, heart thumping. And then she got crazier. Me and her mother were together for 6 years, off and on, etc. We were on. She gets pregnant. We get in an argument. She goes, her family is in Portland. We're both in San Diego, right? Her family is in Portland. She goes, for having a baby, I'm going to need my parents' support. So I'm moving to Portland. I said, talk about the most hopeless moment ever. Hold up. You're pregnant. We just got an argument. You're going to Portland. My child's inside of you. What? So huge argument, literally worst time of my life, like going through that, navigating through there. I moved to Portland because I'm like, there's no way I'm not going to be in my daughter's life. I moved to Portland. We're still broken up while this happens. Everybody type in the chat how many people I knew in Portland. Type in the chat how many people I knew in Portland. Yes, exactly. -1. Just her. Nothing. I didn't know shit. So I'm in Portland, this apartment, waiting for my daughter to be born. Same stress. Same anxiety. This right here is what I call my tipping point. Because to make matters even more complicated, this happens. Before I found out she was pregnant, I signed a lease on a brand new office. First time I do this. New office, we were working from my house before this. So here we are. And remember what I told you, in this time, it's not like I was making a bunch of money. I was investing to the team, company, etc. So I'm sitting here tight on funds. I just moved to freaking Portland. I have a new lease on my office. I got new teammates and the biggest staff that I ever had. And now I'm going to be commuting, mind you, literally every single week, Monday to Thursday with my daughter, or no, Thursday to Sunday with my daughter, get on a plane, come back to San Diego. Here, go back to the office, get the team in. I'm like, this is crazy. Now, mind you, I share this and I'm past this, but at the time, I'm like fucking crying myself to sleep and shit, trying to figure out how am I gonna figure all this out. Scariest thing ever. So I'm in Portland, there's my parents, etc. My daughter comes along. Now I have the stress of trying to figure out how to be a dad. I ain't never had a kid before, so I'm sitting here with my daughter, Like, what the hell am I doing? I don't know how to change a diaper, etc. While I'm in a Google Hangout with my team. What? Confused. The combination of her, Portland, and the new office. Fear. Fear took over. Also pressure. Also stress. Also created something called necessity, which sometimes as entrepreneurs, we need. We need. And I did the math, similar to how we just did the math a moment ago. And guess what? My office was 4Gs, something like that. My payroll was 15. You know, my car, thank God my mom's giving me her car, right? San Diego, my place I was living in was $3K a month because we were working from there too at first. Now I had an additional rent. See, what you guys just wrote out was everything that you're planned for, but never forget about the bills that are not planned that are surely going to come. I would have never guessed I was going to have a second rent in my planning, but I did. So I'm looking at this like, holy cow, just to make this happen, I got to do $23K. And in addition to that, I'm not even including taxes. Plus you got all the other stuff, employees asking for more money and shit. I'm like, where the fuck do you think the money's at? Because they see top line. Employees don't see bottom line, they see top line. Well, I know we did this, and I'm over here like, what? Are you crazy? So I came to the conclusion that I need to make $50K a month consistently. And I'm like, how? The hardest part about that is I never had made $50K a month before. And hear me when I tell you this. This is what defines entrepreneurship. Because we literally create plans based on zero history, zero track record, nothing but hope and a vision. And we got to figure out a way to create that and make it happen. So I had two options: quit, just get a job, just stay in one place and be in Portland. I'll be okay. And please believe, I'll be honest with you, I absolutely considered this. I absolutely considered this. Or to win. Or to win. And when I say win, specifically make enough money. Specifically to get to that 50K marker. And then to make matters worse, because I like to plan, I like numbers, I like logic. I looked at the numbers and the stats and the probability of me hitting this goal. 90% of businesses fell. So already I have a 1 in 10 shot of making this happen. Secondly, 6% make it to six figures. Well, 50K times 12 is 600K. I needed to be well into six figures for this thing to happen. Then, this is a fun fact that a lot of people don't realize. Everybody type this number in the chat for me right now, 7. Everyone type this number in the chat for me right now, 7. This is the average profit margin of a business, 7. Now, what does that mean? This. If you make $100,000 a year with a 7% profit margin, you're going to take home about $37,500. This is entrepreneurship, y'all. That nobody's talking about. Everybody out here fronting. This is what it all boils down to. Here's the scarier part about this. All of you are better off going to Indeed.com right now and getting the job. You go to Indeed right now. These are offers, right? Customer service rep for digital marketing agency, 75 to 85K. Social media digital manager, 100K a year. You got that in real time, Raya? Yeah, go there. You go there. Like, it is easier to be an employee. It is easier to be an employee. Guaranteed, no risk. Like, what you mean? So yeah, Cindy says job just over broke and unhappy. That is not what that means. That's a myth. Did you not look at the math? Entrepreneur stands for I'm insane because I'm probably going to lose and I hate making cash. All we got is a hope and a dream. So you go on Indeed, I'll let you guys play with it, but you can see almost every single job on here is going to pay you more than those first initial years in business. So let me round this out to kind of where I'm going with this. Go back to the Prezi for a moment, please. Okay. Is most people are employed by a 7, 8, 9, 10-figure business. Okay, if you're super small, it's very hard. And to be able to keep your employees, you have to scale because the margins just won't work, okay? So the problem with being a solopreneur, Let's talk about that. When I say solopreneur, I mean like solo, maybe you got some VAs or something like that, something along the lines. But let's talk about this for a second, okay? When you are a solopreneur, here's what it looks like. You either make money or you make time. But very rarely do you ever do both. I'm gonna say that again. As a solopreneur, you either make money or you make time. You have time to do things. But very rarely do you do both, okay? So let me explain kind of like this Venn diagram. Is that on here, Ray? The Venn diagram aspect? I can draw it out if not. Okay, hold on. Let me, I know the buckets. I'll talk about it here before this, okay? Let me draw this out for you guys. This is a trap that a lot of people run through. Go to my drawing board for a second, please. Thank you. Okay? When you're solo. And I know this looks like a pair of boobs, but stick with me here for a second, okay? The juggle of sales and fulfillment, okay? So it's a constant sprint. Let's go to the camera here. I'll visually show you this, okay? Is when you are solo, your first order is that you're hustling, you're telling everybody about your business. I'll call this sales. Guys, I just started a company, I'm growing, etc. Can you refer John, Sally, Dick and Jane? Can you guys do all that? Come to me, da-da-da-da-da. And you hustle, and you scratch, and you claw. You go to every networking event, trade show, B&I groups, Facebook groups, poaching people. Like, you're just desperate, figuring out whatever you can. Okay, cool. Then you get that win. Client pays you, service pays you, your product sells, you're excited. Oh my God, life's changing. I knew this was the right decision. So now you have the sales. So what do? You hop over to this circle over here and you start fulfilling that product or service. Now it's taking time and energy. But look what just happened. At first I was selling solo, but now I have to give the people what they bought, fulfill. What did I just lose when I was fulfilling? Type it in the chat for me. What did I just lose when I was fulfilling? Oh shit, my sales. Okay, da-da-da-da-da. Oh God, my customers. 1 year, 2 year, 10 years later, in the same exact spot where you started. Put make sense in the chat if you know exactly what I'm talking about. When you were solo, you get money or you get time, but rarely do you get both. Let me show you these buckets. Let's hit the Prezi, please. Number one, you're making 6 figures with minimal expenses, but you're doing everything. Second bucket, you're making money, you have a team, but you're not really profiting the way that you need to be. And then there's number 3, the old unicorn, where you actually are like, Billy, I don't know what you're talking about. I got a little time, I got a little bit of money, but what you're missing is fulfillment, purpose, mission, drive. Anybody who's ever worked solo for a consistent amount of time will all come to the same fucking conclusion. Emptiness, loneliness. It happens. I want everybody to take a second right now. Which bucket best explains your situation? Bucket 1, bucket 2, bucket 3. Type in the chat. What best explains your situation? Got to choose a bucket. Bucket 1, bucket 2, bucket 3. It's a great book called Scaling Up by Vern Harnish. And something that you learn is that all businesses like this right here, the reason why I know this so well, because this is just the stage of business. This is what happens with most of your 6-figure businesses. This is the math of it, okay? So over the next 5 days, my goal is to give you the tools to tap into your real financial potential so you can scale beyond and actually afford to do all those things that we just listed out, that we mapped out. Okay, I'm gonna walk you through every single step of it, whole framework, the whole blueprint. But before we do that, we need clarity on where we're headed. Okay, we need ultimate clarity. So let me ask you guys this too. Give me a number here again. Actually, don't give me a number this one. Actually, put the word. What's your primary reason for wanting to scale for you personally? Everybody's different. What's your primary reason for wanting to scale? Go ahead, type it in the chat for me. Okay, it's a lot of profits, money. Okay, profit. All right, this is, wow. overwhelming. Time. And by the way, everybody wants all three. I'm aware of that. But if you had to pick one. Okay. So this next phase, I'm going to ask a favor of you guys. And it's probably going to be a little uncomfortable, but we're all safe in a group. We're all genius. We're all family. Everyone's trying to do the same thing. But we're going to do a little bit of a self-audit. Okay? Before I can help you scale up and go there, we need to have uncomfortable conversations with ourselves. You know, we have to really look under the hood and see how healthy or not healthy our businesses are. Okay? This 5-day challenge is about getting across the bridge from where you are now to getting to the promised land of the time, the profit, and purpose. Okay? So a couple aspects to scaling up. Number one is you as the entrepreneur. Okay? You know, when I was going through all of that, with my daughter's mother, by the way, we have a great relationship now. Everybody's good. Like, she's amazing, fantastic mom. It's really good. But let me tell you, when all that shit's going down in my life, and my life is skewed, I am the worst entrepreneur ever. Anybody agree with that? Like, when you have stuff going on, whether it's family, this, like, you're just, oh my God, bad leader, bad worker, like, it's off. That's the first step. Secondly, your business, the health of your business, right? First, it starts with you, the leader of the organization. The second is making sure that your business is healthy. We're going to dive into that. Third is your vision. Having extreme clarity on your products, on your customers, and on where you're headed. And then fourth, and this is the biggest one, I see a lot of familiar faces and reading about you guys, stalking you a little bit for the challenge. This is the biggest gap in all your businesses right now, I can tell you for sure. Your customer acquisition strategy. And we're going to go all in on that specifically over these next 5 days. But your customer acquisition strategy is why the money's missing. It's why the money's missing. Okay? So we're going to talk about this. Starting with that first aspect of the bridge, your life. This is where the self-audit comes in. Secondly, spiritual. 1 to 10. How do you rate your relationship with whatever you believe in, mind you? Some of y'all believe in God, some of you are Catholic, Muslim, like, well, I don't care what you are. But do you feel like you're walking that walk? Maybe it's with whatever, it doesn't matter. Okay? Next, nature. How many are actually getting outside? This one right here is probably a big challenge at times for this group. This is probably a big challenge. We're on computers all day, we're inside. Do you ever leave your house? Are you outside? Every single person, if you went to go take a walk right now, we'll all feel better. Physical. Now be careful. This is not talking about your body. Physical means your environments, where you live, your car, the places that you're in, the neighborhood, your physical. As we start to do this self-audit, you're going to realize if you can continue asking yourself these questions every single day and heat check yourself, you can really start controlling your happiness. A lot of people think they just wake up happy, it's uncontrolled, but I guarantee you can find the holes in why you feel the way you do if you just ask yourself these questions. Next is financial. 1 to 10, how do you rate yourself? Jim was telling me he's had billionaires that he's done this exercise with that rate themselves low financially. It's all relative. If you got $1 billion in your bank, but you're on paycheck to paycheck, and if one thing goes wrong, you feel stressed. Because if you got $1 billion, but you owe $2 billion, your network, how are the people you're surrounding yourself with? Are they lifting you up? Are they challenging you? Are they making you better? Or are you hanging out with a whole bunch of people you know you should have quit a long time ago? You know it too. Rate the score. If you're feeling the type of way and you can't figure it out, bet you have a light bulb moment right now. Your relationships, your relationship with the people that you love, brothers, sisters, maybe friends you haven't talked to in a while, your significant other obviously is going to have a massive effect. You want to talk about fixing your business, I guarantee you, no matter what strategies I give you over the next 5 days, if you don't master this shit, it ain't gonna happen. You'll find a way to self-sabotage it, I promise you. I see it all the time. And then lastly is your body. Physicals matter. right? Like right now, I've not been working out. I can feel it. Then when I'm on game, it gets you. Like it's a thing. The crazy thing is, as we look at this will, it's literally the quantitative score of our happiness in a lot of ways. But yet we're very rarely intentional about improving these areas of our life, and all of them we can do. Something to marinate on. Take a picture of this will, okay? Take a picture of this will so that you have it. You can use it in the future. Share it with those other people that are important in your life. Have these discussions. You know, I want to share something with you guys about this particular will. Let's kill the music for a sec, okay? Maybe something a little less dramatic. Shit felt like really dramatic. The ending of the movie, superheroes, like, are you going to save the girl or not? Let me look at you guys here for a second. So about a year and a half ago, maybe coming up on 2 years, when we were on Tony Robbins' resort, 10 of us. It was me, Lewis House, Russell Brunson, Nick Unsworth, Dean Graziosi, JLD, some other people. It was insane to see you have these really successful entrepreneurs killing it in their own respect. And over those 5 days that we were all there kicking it, every single conversation had to do with something on this will. We probably talked business 6% of the time. This is where the conversations were going. So for anybody who thinks any of this stuff is fluff, which by the way, I did for a long time, this is crazy. This is not going to make me any more money. Why are all the players successful? You talk to any of them, this is what they're going to focus on. Okay? So I want you guys to obsess about this. Let's go back to the Prezi, kind of go to chapter 2 of this. Okay, you start there. Now we're going to do another self-audit. This one in particular is about your business. Now right here, you're going to see right in your freaking face what's impacting your money. So answer honestly. Okay, same thing, scores of 1 to 10. I'm going to give you different categories. Number 1, how's your content? Are you posting? Are you making videos? Are you making pictures? Like, are you making content? And notice that it's the first piece of this business will. Why? Because the rest of the business doesn't exist if you ain't got it. For example, you want to do marketing? Well, what are you going to market? How are you going to attract people if you don't have content? And content can be anything. It could be audio, it could be written, it could be video, but content. So next, I want you to score your marketing. How's your marketing? When I say your marketing, your ability to attract customers on demand. Your ability to bring quality people just like that. And the goal here, right, is not to beat ourselves up. It's to find the areas so we can improve them. Okay? Next, 1 to 10, I want you to rate your sales. Your personal sales ability, your team sales ability. I mean, are you actually getting opportunities and just missing? Do you find yourself always complaining about the customer? Oh, everyone's just so busy. This industry, da-da-da. Is there a sales error that's happening? By the way, type the word light bulb in the chat if any of you going through these wills are finding big gaps and where you need to improve. Put light bulb if you're just taking the time to think, because usually we do all this in our head. This isn't new. You guys actually think about this every day. It's new to actually write it down. Light bulb, right? Even myself going through it, I'm like, damn, like you check these things. Floodlight, I like that. Okay? All right, let's keep scoring. How's your support for your customers? Remember, if you got a small team, something gives. If your marketing and sales are on fire, maybe you're not showing up for your customers the best, or maybe that's where you shine, 1 to 10. Whatever score you're giving yourself, would your customers give you the same? 1 to 10. Okay, we're just trying to find weak spots here. Not beat ourselves up, but we want to be self-aware. Next is fulfillment, right? I'll kind of loop that with your customer support right now. I'll continue on. HR doesn't apply to everyone, but I'll put this perspective to you here. When I say HR, how's your relationship with your team? Even if your team is just one person, even if it's a VA, how's your relationship with your team? And when you answer this question, I want you to answer based on what you think they'd say. You know what I mean? Like, how would they feel? 1 to 10. Okay, throwback. I like this one. Legal. This is something that's a part of business. I think the stat is like someone gets sued, like 70 people get sued every 16 seconds or something wild. Are there any things that you need to take care of tax-wise? Is there any pending, turmoil that may need to get resolved that's kind of holding your business back? Nothing to be embarrassed about. It's a part of business and learning. It will happen to you. If it hasn't happened, it will happen to you. Finance. How is the health of the company? Do you got business credit established? Like, do you have access to cash? Do you have a plan to make it? Is it stressful? Is it eating at you? Is it gnawing? Where are you? And then lastly, operations. Is your business feel like you're always reacting to everything? You're running here, let me check this email, let me do this. Or do you have repeatable systems? I would say, don't even look at that word operations. Think about the word repeatability. How much repeatability is in your business? Scale of 1 to 10. 10 is Subway, largest franchise in the world. McDonald's, that's process. That's what systems look like. You got a playbook like McDonald's, Subway, you give yourself a 10. If it's like, if I came into your business and tried to run it, if I would have no idea where to go, that's the lower score. You keep that going. I was feeling that one. You just cut me. I was vibing with that one. I like that song. Okay. So these are the will. I want you guys to take a second. I want everybody to type in the chat. If you had to pick one of these areas that's affecting your business the most, what would you pick? Go ahead and put the word. Which one of these is missing for you the most that we need to spotlight over these next 5 days? Content, marketing, sales, marketing, finance, content operation, legal, marketing. Well, the first three. So I want you to notice something about this will as we're looking at all the aspects here. Is what you got to realize is that all of it is interdependent or codependent. So for example, let's go with that marketing and content kind of as in one there. If you don't have marketing and content, meaning you don't have the ability to attract people to build that up, then I promise you, you don't have sales or you have limited sales. And if you got limited sales, you don't really need customer support and fulfillment, and you damn sure don't need HR and a big staff or team. And there's probably not a lot of legal activities happening because there's not a lot of action. And there's probably a shortage of finance or nothing creative you can do there because there's not much of it. And there's probably not big operations because we don't have enough sales. So this will is an order where everybody's actually at the same spot. If you have great marketing, it will solve a bunch of these problems. For example, if all of you right now had 100 people in your inbox right now trying to give you money, would that eliminate your sales? Even if you suck at sales, if your demand is that high, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Everything is a symptom of shitty marketing. Everything. We'll dive more into that. Okay? Next, going with this concept of clarity. In the beginning, especially like in the 6-figure stage, a lot of it is kind of hustle, where your customers, you may have them decently consistent, but they're all different. So can you tell me everything about your customers? Can you tell me their age? Can you tell me their gender, their location, where they're at, who they are, their income, the shows that they watch, the books that they read, the people they follow, their political party, their job title, the groups they belong to? It's yes or no. If there's a lack of clarity, it's going to be hard to find them if you don't know who you're looking for. How you find somebody you know you're looking for? And this one, you probably all heard me talk about this. Right now, can you, in one sentence like I'm in 5th grade, tell me what product or service you're trying to sell? Try it right now. Go ahead. 30 seconds on the clock. Go. Right now, this second. One sentence like I'm in 5th grade. What are you trying to sell? And can your customers make a decision on it instantly? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? We'll dive more into that, okay? Take a quick screenshot of this. One sentence offer. Got to be clear to easy to understand. Decide if they want it right away, yes or no. That's the key to repeatability and scale, okay? We'll talk more about that these next 5 days. Okay? Next, this is very real. Desire, okay? When people hear your product or service, scale of 1 to 10, how desirable is what you're offering? How desirable is what you're offering? How desirable is what you're offering? And by the way, you know if it's desirable because when you bring it up, people write you a check. Simple as that. Okay? I want to show you guys kind of a different perspective. A lot of you are coming in scaling up and you're going to be building team around you, with you. And the biggest thing that I see CEOs mess up on at all levels is they have the vision, as we've been talking about today, for yourself, for your family, why it would be good to scale for you. However, you forget to include your team in that conversation. So, for example, here's one of our job postings, right? So it just says Billy Genius Marketing is currently in search of a marketing copywriter, and it goes into a little bit about the opportunity. But when we are advertising, there's a couple of things that are always included in our posting. Do we have the links there? Okay, which is, I'll tell you, yeah, oh, fuck me. Here, I'm gonna write it out for you. Okay, it's number 1, our core values. The second aspect, our videos or content that introduce you to the team. But then the third and the most important is the vivid vision. Okay? And the vivid vision, do we have an example of it? You pull it up, okay? Our vivid vision, if you guys haven't seen this before, is basically a 7-page document that talks about where we want the company to be over the next 3 years and where we're headed. So this is the one we've been using for the last 3 years, and it says it's December 31st, 2021, and Billy Genius Marketing has exploded. Mind you, I wrote this in like 2019, 18, something like that. We've demolished the traditional educational model and constructed a brand new ecosystem. We're empowering people to pursue education through entertainment so they can create financial freedom, live the lives that most people dream about and never create, and impact the world the way that they want to. Our army of geniuses is growing every day, and here's how. Then it goes directly into our core values. Keep scrolling. And then we talk about every aspect of the company, what it's like to work here. Visit us for the day. You'll find yourself in a room full of people laughing and having more than fun than when we were kids. You'll be surrounded by the best storytellers in the world under one roof. We see no bounds. When someone overhears our conversations, they can't begin to comprehend the possibilities we see. There is zero need for micromanaging. Everyone understands their job, and they do it exceptionally. In our family, there's a different type of trust. Everyone feels extremely safe, comfortable. In fact, it's better than family. Everyone on our team is like your favorite cousin, but even cooler. We're always learning and have an unlimited budget to invest into resources, and we do it in a fun way that's never been seen before. We turn everything into an experience, first class, business class, world class, with unlimited possibilities. The team hangs out together outside of work. We just can't get enough of each other. We got a private box at the Padres games and all the big concerts. We got a bomb chef who caters all breakfast, lunch, and snacks daily. People love it, and we're here to give it to them. We even got a private company jet we fly around in. We missed that one. If you ask the team member what it's like to work here, they say they don't feel like work. Tell you money is great. There's no stress. They feel prepared for the future, but there's so much more to the work that we do. We make a massive impact in other people's lives every day, and it feels like a non-stop party. So it continues like this. We talk about the team who works there. You can keep scrolling. The team who works there. We talk about exactly what we do and how we're going against the traditional education system. We talk about the different products and services that we have. We talk about the every single program and define exactly who's there, how we have scholarships and all these other things, and we keep going. We lay out the money and how much we're making. We talk about the reviews and where we're going to be written up about. We talk about financial freedom. There's a special note for me and myself. And mind you, they can come here for a second. Mind you, this is a document about what's about to happen, not what's happened. It's about to happen. I got a tattoo on my wrist that says vision. See, when you're scaling up, when you realize you can't do it by yourself. You need other people, right? That's why I never say people work for me. We work together. Nobody works for me. What are you talking about? What is this for? This is a trade. I'm lucky to have you. You're lucky to be here. Oh, cool. We're lucky together. And I just want you guys to think about, if you're competing to bring in talent, how do you compete against us when every single job application or job posting that we have has that document attached to it. Plus videos so you can see the team and feel our whole vibe. Plus our core values so we immediately either excite you or repel you. Like you're like, I love these people or I don't. Every single one of our job postings includes all three of those pieces. I'll say them again, right? Our videos, our content, our core values that we went over in the beginning of today. And then lastly is the vivid vision. When you're scaling, you think that people want to come just for the money, which has a lot to do with it, but it doesn't have to be the money right now. If people, your team have clarity on where you're going to be, they'll join your mission. And in the beginning, people will sign up for the vision because you probably don't have the capital to pay them what you want. But even as you scale up and you're going to 8, 9, 10 figures, whatever it may be, everybody that you hire has skills. So the only way that you can attract them is with the grand vision, because they can get paid from anywhere. So whether you're just getting started or you're scaling at the next level, vision is how you attract a world-class team. What's it going to be? And specifically, what's it going to be for them? Not just you. Scale of 1 to 10, was that helpful to go through with you guys? Scale of 1 to 10, is that helpful to go through with you guys? All those elements and breaking it down. Simple way to compete in the marketplace and stand out that doesn't cost you a dime. There's document behind us. Let's pull that up for a moment. Okay. Next part about this audit, and this one's usually an eye-opener for people, is we take a moment and we really audit your distribution. Distribution specifically means your ability to make offers on demand. For example, I can email, hundreds of thousands of people right now. That gives me distribution. I can post on Instagram and reach however many people. I can post on Facebook. That is my distribution, my ability to make customers on demand. So right now we're going to audit yours, okay? How many followers you got on Facebook? Go ahead and type it in the chat. Type it in the chat. Bring that joint back, okay? I like it. Type it in the chat. A little self-audit for you. Go ahead, put it in. Okay, we're gonna go kind of rapid fire here. Secondly, Instagram. You got some distribution on Instagram, perhaps? I'm gonna go fast. Doesn't take long for you to do this. Give me ballpark if you don't know the exact. YouTube subscribers. Go quick. Remember, ballpark's good. You don't need exact. TikTok. Some of y'all heard TikTok. It's popping. Go a little faster. Email list size. Text message list size. You got a bunch of phone numbers you can text on a regular basis? You got permission to text? Keep going, keep going. Website visitors. Maybe you got some website traffic. Blog, perhaps? Keep going, keep going. Type it in quick. Google reviews. Google bringing your traffic through your reviews. Keep moving. So I guarantee you, if I were to look at this sheet and I see your numbers, I can almost tell you exactly how much money you make. Just by looking at this. Right now, if you didn't score well in all of these categories, you know why you're struggling. You ain't got nobody to ask to buy. This is why people think physical products are so easy. Because they go, look, if I could just make the product, Walmart will sell it for me. Target will sell it for me. Yes. And that's why they take the lion's share and control all your shit. And you're also competing with the biggest companies in the world, Johnson & Johnson, and everything else. Got to get your own distribution. And by the way, if your score isn't where you want to be, that's okay. That's why we're here. To figure these things out. You need to have all the answers right now. Just a moment of honesty. I'm going to ask you a question. I might have asked you before. It's my favorite, but now with context, I think it'll hit you different. Last year, on average, how many people did you ask to buy a day? Type it in the chat. Do not exaggerate or hype. Last year, on average, how many people did you ask to buy a day? I'm not going to go into it now, but this is why advertising is important. Because while I'm here with you guys right now in real time, as this is live, I'm also everywhere on the internet asking people to buy my shit. And that's the game. You know why MLMs do so well? Because they recruit people and people and people, and every single day, those people are saying, will you buy my shit? The companies that are killing it and making more money, they are masters, they're architects at asking. That's it. That's all the game is. This whole entire game of scaling is figuring out systems and continued processes that you can repeat to ask people for money every day. And if your trade is good, meaning you're trading them something worth their money, you will scale. You will scale. I want to ask you guys this question right here. Why are you committed to scaling? And I'm going to give you a few minutes to think about this. And matter of fact, should we do groups? Should we break out? Can we do that? Yeah, let's do this. I'm going to give you guys about, how many people are here? 411 you guys right now. I'm going to give you guys about 3 minutes on the clock right now. And I want you to think about this answer in detail, why you're committed to scale. And when you're thinking about the answer, I want you to consider these points. I want you to think about who else benefits from you scaling. Who else benefits from you scaling? What happens if you don't, and what happens if you do? This is what I want you to think about. I'm just going to leave the music on for a moment. 3 minutes. I want you to type out your thoughts. I want you to type out your thoughts. 3 minutes. And these I do want you to submit. Once you type in, I do want you to see in the chat. I want you to see the waterfall. Okay, everybody hold each other accountable. I want you to put it out into the community. All right, answer this question. Why are you committed to scaling for you? 3 minutes on the clock. Doesn't need to be perfect. Your grammar can be horrible. And I don't want you to give me anything broad. No one words. Whoever just put family is not good enough. It needs to be in depth. Crystal clear. 3 minutes on the clock. Starting to see him come in. If you'd like to volunteer and share with the group, right now, raise your hands high. Why you're committed to scaling. See, this road is going to be hard. Like it was hard for me when I was in Portland trying to figure all this shit out. And if you're not clear on why you're doing this, I promise you, you will give up. You just will. It's human. If you don't have ultimate clarity on why you're doing this, who benefits, what happens if you don't, what happens if you will, this is ammunition to get through anything, no matter what comes your way, no matter what curveballs. This is the game. This is critical. Keep your hands high. Keep your hands high if you'd like to share. And if you're sharing, you're speaking from the heart. No. Keep your hands high. And here's what I'm going to do. I got a couple laptops that I got just to give away. Have some fun with this challenge. Just be giving away some laptops for no reason. So right after this, I'm going to do something. Everybody's going to have a chance to get one of those. Let's go ahead and get a couple shares in. Ray, you want to go first here? I want you to speak. Why are you scaling? You know, why is it important to you? We'll go ahead and start with Mr. Arthur Poland. Arthur, talk to us, man. Why is this important to you?
This is important to me because I work with real estate investments and provide hard money to real estate investors. However, I donate 10% of my earnings to various communities that I invest in. And also I take the time to donate to urban centers that have youth that may not have the guidance or leadership that's necessary to help them direct their own lives and not be a victim of circumstances. So I want to be able to teach skills that do not need a college degree that need a desire to win and make an impact.
So Arthur, I'm gonna pause you.
urban youth that-
I'm gonna pause you. So I get what you're saying, logical, but I want you to hit me with those communities and those kids and those communities, those families, communities. Why does that matter to you? Why do you care about that?
It matters to me because I come from the projects in New York City. And
well, tell everybody what that was like, Arthur, growing up in the projects in New York City. What does that mean?
That means that the odds were stacked against you. I remember being young and, being told that we had to vacate a public park because the police just didn't want to sit in there. We were actually doing nothing. We were sitting at checker tables, and we go up to a friend's house, and I get caught in the staircase by an officer, and they tell me, why did I urinate in the hallway? And I'm like, I didn't urinate in the hallway. And I hear his partner coming up the back of the staircase, and when I said I did not do it, he pulled out the black rubber flashlight. I knew what was coming. I said, you know what? I urinated. Just take me outside of the building so I could have witnesses around. And I know what that is. And I wasn't a person that got into trouble or anything. However, no matter what I do, how much my suit cost, there's a certain stigma that sometimes is felt, sadly, to this day. And through my mother and pouring into me that I can do anything I want, gave me the ability, and I want to be able to pour into others so that they can rise above whatever circumstances they have. I've seen.
So for you, Arthur, that's where it's really about. It's about helping the next generation get out of that situation so that they can do more, right? And when we talk about scaling, logically, yes, real estate investing is important, but that's just the vehicle to really do what you really want to do, right? Marius, Go ahead. I'm gonna keep going. I appreciate you, Arthur. How about you? So Marius or Marius? I probably said it wrong. Go ahead and unmute yourself.
Yes, okay. Hello, you hear me?
Yeah. Why are you committed to scaling, brother?
Yes, because why I want to scale, because of the community and kids and the parents, and because I want to, I feel that I can make a change around me. First in me, of course, then in my family, and to encourage and help other teenagers from my community to have courage and start businesses and start on their own and make more of this. And I believe a lot in education, and I work with a lot of kids and parents. So I think this could be a very big scaling if it works.
What's funny is, like, as you just talked, and so did Arthur, but as you guys do these answers, and as you guys are at home right now, a lot of people's why is going to come down to helping others, right? There's a deeper thing. Okay. So I think the word for everybody, everyone type this in the chat for me, is duty. I want you to type that word in the chat for me, duty. Like, this entrepreneurship goes beyond what we want to do, what's comfortable. It's, if you can, you must. We have a duty to do it and to pay it forward. I think that's the only reason why we would give up a 40-hour work week to work 80. Julia, go ahead. Good to see you.
Thanks. Good to be here, Billy. Okay. Well, my why is that, I've spent my whole life helping other people because I'm a caregiver, and that's my heart's desire, really. But I have neglected myself a lot of the time. Now, I'm a widow. I raised my kids on my own. I have a disabled child, which, we never really talked about very much. But she's 31 now. And, I can see that still she needs me all the time. And I'm going to have to be here for her all the time. I just beg her to just get a little light going on so I don't have to continue holding her up every day. But I do, and I will, because that's what it takes. But I want to help veterans. I want to help abandoned dogs. And I want to be able to enjoy my own life now. I'm 65, just turned 65, still alive.
Still looking 20 though, Julia. Still looking 20. Come on.
Thank you, Billy. I appreciate you. And I'll be wearing my best dress on the 2nd of June too.
I love it.
Yeah, I bought my ticket already. So anyway, I want, this is for me. I want to have some life for myself. I don't want to, I don't want to look back and say, damn it, why didn't I do any of those things I want to? I'm a risk taker, and I want to go out there and do things that, I haven't gotten to do, and go places I haven't gotten to go. And I want to be able to continue and help too, because I have things on me that will never go away. And I have a lot of responsibility in my heart to help others.
Responsibility, that's big. Ray, why don't you go and close out, and then I got something for the rest of you too. Ray, go ahead.
All right, Billy, appreciate being on. I have to fix this broken spirit that my family, my friends all have about having a successful lifestyle. A lot of them been to college and they failed. A lot of them started business and they failed. And every conversation is all about it's not possible. It's only made for them people that are lucky, who hit the lottery, or do these different things. I know there's something possible. So I'd rather not fall into that same trap. And I know there's something possible, even though I haven't been there, but I've seen other people that have been there and able to pave the way. So I want to pave the way for other people to be able to be successful as well.
I appreciate you, brother. Delana, Leo, Helen, Kim, Sheila, I'm gonna have you guys go live too in a second. I actually want to address the group really quick, okay? Couple of things. I'm gonna give you some work of these next 5 days, and it's gonna be a lot. Number one most important aspect for everybody is it's important that you just freaking show up. If you're committed to showing up all 5 of these days, to being here and to going all in, I promise you, I will give you the fucking playbook to go from where you are to where you want to be, right? Like that is my gift. That's my specialty that I've been honing over the last decade. And what I think I'm really good at, not very good at many things, but I am good at this. And so if you're committed, just put I'm committed in the chat to being here. And I'm going to screenshot all the names. I'm going to save all the damn names. So if you don't show up, we can get that ass and send you your screenshot. Like, I'm committed. You will be here. Now I want you to type all 5. I want you to type all 5, which means you're committed to be here all 5 days. Every piece of the puzzle matters. Okay? All 5. There it is. I like it. All 5. There should be 385 all 5s right now. So here's what I'm going to do. Because you know I can't just go live without giving away money or laptops or something. You know, I'm always doing something crazy. So I got 2 laptops here. I want to do an assignment if you guys can help me out right now. I think the biggest thing on this day is I want you to think about that self-audit we just did and highlight those areas of where you really need to improve and focus on over the next 4 days. But what I want to do right now with everyone is everybody grab your cell phone, hold it up to the camera for me for a second. Just grab your cell phones, okay? Grab your cell phones. Grab your cell phones, hold it up, hold it up, hold it up. Here's what we're going to do, because I want to hear from all of you, is we're going to go inside the Facebook group right now. Pull up the Facebook group, 567 Challenge. You want to show it, Rhea? Yeah, the 567 Challenge Facebook group. Go there real quick, go there real quick. And if you don't have access, we'll admit you right now, okay? Go to the 567. We're going to use that as our little hub to communicate with each other over the next few days. So that way we just have a place just for this, other like-minded people. Okay, so there it is right there behind me.
You'll see up at the
Why I'm committed. That's it. That's all I want you to write. In our head and our thoughts, which is what we do as entrepreneurs. So right now I'm going to put 5 minutes on the clock. I'll be right here. We're going to go Facebook Live, everybody at the same time, and just simply share why I'm with each other. More importantly, just realizing like you don't have to do this journey alone. What I see a lot, especially in the 6-figure range, is like you are the smartest person in your friends group. You are the most successful person there. You are the most ambitious person there. You always want to play your life in the thirds. A third of the people that are doing better than you that you can get help from. A third of people are your peers, so you have a safe place to speak and to talk and to have some camaraderie with. And then a third of the people in your life that you're doing better, maybe a couple steps ahead, that you can mentor. Third. Most of the times in the 6-figure range, we're just here, like peers and other people, and we're not challenging ourselves here. And that's the importance of this group right here, using each other to be surrounded in that. So the next thing that I want to do, and then I'll kind of break down what's going to happen next here tomorrow and the rest of the week, is I want you guys to take another quick 5 minutes, and I just want you to comment on 3 people's live, right? Or their videos that they uploaded. Whoever posted, just go comment and introduce yourself, right? Like comment on why they're committed. Maybe they share something that you agree with, whatever it is. I want you to just take a moment right now, comment on 3 people's posts that they just did, and then we'll circle right back here and I'll kind of tell you what's next. All right, 3 minutes, be quick and mindful. Okay. Let me know. Yeah, we'll also too, if you're not in the Facebook group for whatever reason, we'll go ahead and accept that the student success team is doing it in real time. So just get ready to work and get ready for ultimate clarity. And yeah, I appreciate you guys. I mean, this shit, listening to you guys talk and just gets me re-inspired. Like, I appreciate things like this just as much as you guys. So shit, let's get ready to explode. Let's get ready to scale. Fucking love you guys. Any quick questions before we go? Any other quick questions before we go? Before I let you go. Okay. Good. I love you, Jason. Yes, let's get it. Let's get it. Anything I'm forgetting to bring up? Oh, the laptops too. We're gonna give away the laptops. I'll announce those tomorrow. I feel like there was one more thing. Hold up. Look at my notes. Yeah, I would plan on, what is it? About 90 minutes. Tomorrow's lesson will probably be similar, but just account for some homework to do after, like some action steps, because I like to start getting some wins before the week is over, maybe even a couple tomorrow, okay? Recording, we will air it back in Facebook group. Is that accurate? Okay, in the Facebook group. Shit, all right. Feels weird. Yeah, see you tomorrow. God, you know me, I like shit. I'll go live forever. We'll see you tomorrow. I'll be respectful of you guys' time. Appreciate you. See you tomorrow. Fucking be here, damn it. Love you guys. Peace.